Have you ever brought your magic to Walt Disney World like, hey, we came to play? Did you tip your tiara to a Creole princess or get goofy officially? When we come through, it's true magic, because we came to play at Walt Disney World Resort.
It's one thing falling in love with a house, picturing yourself moving in and calling it home, and quite another navigating the world of price negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. An agent who's a Realtor can make understanding that world easier. Realtors have the expertise, access to proprietary data, and tools to help you get from imagining living somewhere to actually doing it. That's the kind of help we can provide. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
What's up, y'all? This is Tim Eineke. Welcome to the library. Today we interview Patrice Evans, who's the author of Negropedia, the Assimilated Negro's crash course on the modern Black experience. Make sure you check us out on www.rapstation.com and hiphopgods.com. For those who don't know, can you explain what the Assimilated Negro is?
So I started the blog, The Assimilated Negro, in 2005, and it started really just as a personal means of outletting, just ideas. I had a hip-hop group at the time, and we were sort of butting heads in terms of doing little, jokey vignette comic bits. It was right around the end of Chappelle's show run, so I was really into sort of that satirical, edgy comedy voice, but there was also a problem in terms of fusing that with hip-hop culture, and certainly if you were an artist or a performer, it was a little difficult. So the blog started out of that. Things just took off as I started writing, and it started as a mix of personal stories and reflections, and then increasingly became more of a race and culture analysis, critic, and, still some of the vignettes and stuff.
In the section, You Might Be a Rapper, you list 5 things that rappers are often accused of. But then you also kind of compare them to, writers of our day like Mailer and Susan Sontag, et cetera, et cetera. So I was actually wondering while I was reading it, were you trying to make the argument to, I guess, the mainstream that rap should be seen as high literature, or were you trying to make the argument they could just as easily read this, quote-unquote higher literature just as easily as they consume rap?
Yeah, I think it gets back to that cultural shorthand sort of thing. I think, for me, maybe within the internet blog media space, you deal with a lot of writers. You get, I was just, during the book process, I did a piece about hipsters for a literary magazine, N+1, and I talked in an essay about how hipsters is a semantic term that was never really part of my circle or part of my space, but the themes that were involved there were the same as things you would get out of a conversation about hip hop artists, and so to me it seemed more tangible and real to talk about hip hop artists instead of hipsters. And so the same idea would be here, which is just that, as literary critics or analysts, you might, more easily reference Norman Mailer or Susan Sontag and not realize that a lot of the same sort of intellectual energy and impulses and creativity are, present in rappers, just the same reason you're attracted to these writers is the same reason you might be attracted to these rappers if you pay a little more attention.
I want to go back to why you started your blog, TAN, or the Assimilated Negro. I know you started it as kind of an outlet for your other feelings and ideas, and I was wondering, as a former member of a hip-hop group, can you kind of explain how rap limited you in expressing these other emotions, feelings, etc.?
Well, I think the book is, in some way a fight against orthodoxy, and it's orthodoxy of all types. There's sort of a white mainstream orthodoxy, but there's also orthodoxy within Black culture and within hip-hop culture. And for me, I've always been a sort of contrarian sort of thinker. And at the time, performing hip-hop, I mean, it really still is, even when we saw just recently Kanye and Jay-Z at the VMAs performing Otis. Now, Otis, is sort of a nostalgic song, but, you're also reminded that, the art form, especially as a performance, as a performative experience, is very limited. It's a couple guys usually rapping, grabbing a mic, standing in front of you. There's a DJ, if you're lucky, who's doing some tricks and, showing some skills. But there's really little there in terms of visually. And then specifically, I was interested in the narrative, in terms of trying to present like a little bit of a story in your performances. Some of this, you see now more with like a Lady Gaga, and certainly Kanye has become sort of a meta narrative sort of artist. So I think I was reaching for some of those ideas for inserting more of ourselves into the sort of hip-hop group experience, and it was at a time when, it was just much more boxed in and you were much more conservative about representing your hip-hop values and ideals because you didn't want to come off as, flaking on the culture in a way.
We're speaking with Patrice Evans. He's the author of a new book called Negropedia. I want to get into the phrase "no homo." You say, one failure of black masculinity is the odd, incredibly offensive, but widely accepted use of the phrase "no homo." So I want to know what does "no homo" actually reveal about the culture?
Well, I was talking to Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, and it's actually been one of the more frequent talking points, the no homo stuff and just homophobia in the hip hop and black culture. And I'm not sure where we are with it right now. Actually, there was that album, Lil B's album, that came out recently. So he took a bold step with "I'm Gay," titling his album "I'm Gay," but even he backed off it with the "I'm Happy" retreat. So in the book, I talk about it as really an obstacle or hurdle. I profile it a little bit. I think of it as sort of a "that's what she said" sort of gag. Just a little, thing, a little flourish, rhetorical flourish that most often rappers, but, a lot of just people in the black community will add on. But it's really so, it's so weird and fascinating in terms of, us who experience so much intolerance and, had to struggle through, this sorts of epithets and, just sort of being disregarded. And, it's something that to me, especially with the wit and sort of intelligence of these rappers in their lyrics, it's something that, ad nauseum becomes like, wow, there's no depth to this joke. There's no depth to the thought, in this space.
We're speaking with Patrice Evans, author of the new book, Negropedia, the Assimilated Negro's Crash Course on the Modern Black Experience. Patrice, I want to thank you so much for joining us on my segment, The Library with Tim Einenkel, and on And You Don't Stop with Chuck D.
Thank you for having me. It was an awesome conversation.
Rest in peace. Yeah, no worries, kid. We got you, man. The beast. Gifted unlimited, rhymes universal, legendary essence. We truly miss your presence. Give thanks for the blessings you left in the form of music vibrations. Pump it on your stations. We pour in libations, tribute style, uplift the ancestry. Gangstar, jazzmatazz, none of romance with beats. Bridging the gap, got you lovesick. Timeless music movements, the people love it. Worldwide, no limitation. We step in the arena, deal royalty. Mad love and loyalty to this divine culture we dwell. I hope y'all feeling passion. Time for some action, keep it moving. Blasting such meaningful metaphors. Forever we carry the torch, pass it. Make sure it sound classic. Drastic measures are taken to keep the legacy awakened. No worries, kid, champion sound, no mistaken.
Give your worries to the sky. Don't look back, just give it a try. Just in all your glory, baby. Head up now, listen to what I'm saying. Give your worries to the sky. Just let all your stress aside. No more worries, no more gas. And just let go.
track. Your blood is on fire like the bottom of a spoon. Traffic in the music. Inhale and breathe in the tunes like evaporated fumes. High like pharaohs, unsung heroes. Watch ancestors paint artistic murals. Shine like graffiti, raw like sashimi. From NC to nations where they speak in Swahili. Keith Elam feed them what they need to think free and make peace like a treaty. Like El Haj Malik Shabazz, he emancipated monumental Alcatraz. Guru did the same thing with Jazzmatazz. Pass a legacy like a baton. Carry it and run like the chariot is slung on my shoulders. Yeah, it's pierced from the beast. Carrying the torch like Prometheus. Peace.
Give your worries to the sky. Don't look back, just give it a try. Just in all your glory, baby. Head up now, that's not what I'm saying. Give your worries to the sky. Just let all your stress aside. No more worries, no more gas. And just let go take you there. Gonna take you there. Gonna take you there. Gonna take you there. No more worries, no more worries. Gonna take you there. No more worries, no more worries. Gonna take you there. Give it up, no worries, no more worries. Take your worries to the sky. Don't look back, just give it a try. Just in all your glory, baby. Head up now, that's not what I'm saying. Give your worries to the sky. Just let all your stress aside. No more worries, no more gas. And just let go take you there.
Beast. Justin Ellis. JR, what up? What up? North Cac is in the building. Dark matter on the track. Rest in peace.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. To move closer to family, live within a smaller budget, or just wanting a change of scenery. Whatever your reasons, having to figure out all the various housing market trends in your area may not be what you signed up for. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in. Realtors have the expertise to help you find the right price and navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. That's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
The living room is where you make life's most beautiful memories. But your sofa shouldn't be the one remembering them. The new life-resistant, high-performance furniture collection from Ashley is designed to withstand all the spills, slip-ups, and muddy paws that come with the best parts of life. Ashley high-performance sofas and recliners are soft, on-trend, and easy to clean. Shop the high-performance furniture in-store or online at ashley.com. Ashley, for the love of home.